Hey guys, so today I am finally going to talk about getting my lips done. I know I've had them done for it almost feels like 2 months now. I think it's been like a month and a half. I had asked you guys to ask me questions on Instagram, you know, with one of those little question thingies, sort of how I did with the lipo question. So if you ever want to participate in this sort of thing, make sure to follow me on Instagram, because I usually post this sort of thing on my story. So I'm going to just kind of tell you guys the whole process, and then I will answer the questions. So after I had gotten my lipo procedure in Vegas, me and my friend Tiffany went to get our lips done. I went to Flawless Vegas, and that was the same place that I had gotten my lipo massages. To be honest, I really wasn't worried about the pain considering I had just gotten lipo, and I was like, anything else is gonna be a breeze. And it literally was. About like 30 minutes beforehand, she gave us this like numbing cream. So our lips are numb, like real numb. We just put the stuff on. Tiffany ate it.
My tummy is
Tiffany got some in her mouth and she was practically like drooling, like it was, everything was numb. And I went first before she put like a ice cube or something like that to sort of numb it even more. And like the first little poke, I literally barely even knew that anything was happening. It was like the least painful thing I've ever done to my body. It was honestly like not even a 1 out of 10. The needle is like so small. You really almost cannot feel it. Like if the pain is what's stopping you, do not worry about that. If they give you numbing cream, just make sure that you have like a proper amount of time to let it sit, and otherwise I would not worry about it. On the top lip, it didn't hurt at all. I could feel it a tiny bit more in the bottom lip, but still it was like nothing. Like honestly, I could have slept through it. It was nothing. I feel like that was mostly like the questions I got, like does it hurt? Like no, it doesn't hurt. I only got 1 syringe of Juvederm Ultra like XC or something like that, and I wanted like 75% in my top lip and like 25% of it in my bottom lip. I told her I wanted like less of a cupid's bow. I know a lot of people like want like a really defined point, but I did not. I sort of like when lips don't have like a super strong like cupid's bow, so that's what I asked her for. This was my first time getting any sort of filler or anything injected anywhere. I really wanted to try it like at least once, and I was so happy how they turned out. It probably lasted like the entire like injecting thing like 7 minutes. Like it was so quick. She told us that fillers sort of like depend on the person for how long it's going to last. So I don't know how long mine is going to last personally, because it's only been a month and a half, and the one that we got is like the one that like lasts the longest. But I guess it really just depends on like how your body breaks things down. So if your body like breaks things down really quick, then it's not going to last as long, and it really depends on the person, she said. So I can still feel mine in there. So that being said, I feel like mine have gone down like maybe like 10%, but they're still definitely in there. I can still totally tell a difference. I'm gonna do a quick little slideshow of like from like how they looked in like the first week. Basically, she told us swelling lasts for about a week and that most people like fall in love with how they look swollen, and I for sure did. I thought they looked so good swollen. They still look good now, but I definitely would have loved if they stayed like how they look swollen. At this point, like if I press down like really hard, I can feel like sort of like a really like small, almost like tube shaped thing, but like it's almost like I have to like actually grab it and press like that and go like this to be able to tell. Like even just going like I couldn't tell. I really can't feel any other difference. My boyfriend says he can also not like feel a difference. She did say that like if we felt any like bumps, to massage them after 3 days. I may or may not get them redone just because I'm not always in Vegas, because I live in Portland and I haven't seen anyone that I really like in Portland yet. but we'll see. If I were to go get them like redone, I would probably go in like 2 months, so before they've gone down like completely. From what I've heard, it depending on which type you get, because I know there's like just like regular Juvederm and like Juvederm Ultra and like Juvederm Ultra XC, and I don't know the specific differences from all of them, but I think it can range from like, it lasts from like, you know, like 2 months to like a year depending. So I haven't decided if I am going to continue to get them done. That being said, I know some people were upset that I got them done because I've said like, oh, you know, like I can just overline and stuff like that. But if you have been like keeping up with me, I have been said I've been trying to make myself happier with myself and me trying to do like self-improvement, and I felt like this was going to make me feel good about myself. So that's really like all that changed. It was like more like now I'm willing to put that sort of like time, like effort and like money into like my appearance and like how I feel about myself, and before I wasn't. But if you don't want to get them done, like don't feel like you need to go get them done. Like overlining is just fine. This is just something that made me feel good about myself, and I have zero regrets with getting them done. I am very happy with how they turned out. Since I got one syringe, it's not like, you know, like bam, like I got them done. And I feel like you can maybe tell a little bit more from the side for me personally. Like when I look, I feel like they, hello, can you focus? Like this. I feel like you can just like see them like pop out a little bit more. I feel like for me, opposed to being like it going like up more, it went like out more, if that makes sense. Like it filled in a little bit my cupid's here, and it went like plumping more, not necessarily like, you know, and some people get injections, it sort of like makes their, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be like make it like bad, like it just like, you know, like it almost looks like their lips like get bigger like all around. The healing was also very minimal. Like there was a couple like small bruises, but other than that, it wasn't really like a thing. It swelled a little bit more, but it wasn't like painful or uncomfortable. It was just like, oh, okay, like I got them done and like that's it. It's nothing that would like hinder your daily life. Like for 1 second, like you can eat, you can drink, like nothing is different. So I think that's like my entire experience. I will go through my questions here now. I feel like some people don't read before they like put in the question, because I put like drop questions about me getting my lips done, and there's a lot of other random questions in here. A question is like, can they be taken out? Also, what happens if the injection goes wrong? You can dissolve them. So like if you don't like them, you can go and get them like dissolved and they'll go back down to normal pretty much. Oh, here's another one I didn't even think about that probably a lot of people are wondering. Did my piercings cause any sort of problem? No, not at all. She said that sometimes the swelling can like sort of mess with the piercings. Like if you were to like a person that like swelled a lot, that could make these uncomfortable or like too tight. I had like none of that experience. They just were like normal. I was really relieved when I was able to keep them all in while she did it. That was one thing that sort of stopped me for a while, is because I did not want to get them taken out, because like I know when I go to the dentist, they're like, take them out, and I'm like, no. And so I didn't want to like have to take them out to get them done. No, I didn't have any problem. She said like if it did cause a problem, like I would need to take them out, like obviously not permanently, but I wasn't trying to like re-stick in my jewelry after like 8 hours or a day or 2 days or something like that. Some questions that I got for this and my lipo video was, does health insurance cover it? No. Health insurance does absolutely not cover any plastic surgery or like cosmetic procedures. I feel like if insurance did cover that, there'd be a lot more people getting things done. Anything like from like lipo to like getting your lips done to getting filler in your face to getting your boobs done to getting a BBL, none of that is covered by health insurance. And then some people were asking like how you'll know if you'll have like a reaction. That's unfortunately not something I can like speak on because I'm not a doctor. I would assume that if you've had like reactions to like medication or like stuff like that before, then you might want to like double triple check with your doctor, or like if there's any way to like do like a little like test poke or something like that, but that'd be something you'd need to talk to the person doing them about. How does my boyfriend feel about them? I actually honestly think that he likes them more than my regular lips, because after I came home he told me that he liked them like 20 times. He probably made more comments about my lips than he did about my lipo. I feel like it's really nice to have a boyfriend that like supports that sort of stuff, because I feel like I hear way too many girls talk about like, oh, my boyfriend won't let me get them, you know. So I like that, like, when I get them he's like yeah, you do you. You know what I mean? So yeah, any other comments, questions, or concerns, please leave them below and I will get back to you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will hopefully see you next time. Bye.